Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for Bluegrass Home Garden TV. Art Hubbard with Hubbard Mechanical is with us once again, and if you remember last summer, we had Art on. We did a little bit of summer grilling here on the show, and then you took and did some all throughout the summer yourself, but we thought we would spend the next several episodes just learning a little bit more about you and the history of your company and how you got into this industry, while also getting hopefully a little bit of an expanded menu for our summer grilling.
Yes. Yeah, I got in the industry when I was 7 to help my dad, just mainly as a time to spend time with him. And then I just kind of fell in love with it, and I worked for my first contractor when I was 14. So I got my Kentucky apprenticeship license at 14, and then just kept going from there, and I just loved it and stuck with it.
I know, and another thing you love and you have stuck with is you've created your own little canopy here of everything you might possibly need to cook outdoors and keep the heat out of your house
100%.
during the summer.
Yeah, because it helps on the load of your house. So
absolutely. Let's talk about what we're going to do today.
This is a spatchcock chicken. So a lot of people, it's starting to get some trending with it. A lot of people never heard of it before. I love it. It's a way of doing a whole chicken, but getting it cooking evenly, where you don't have the breast drying out to get the thighs done and everything else. So pretty much what you do, you trim it up, you cut the backbone out, then you slit the top of the breastplate to allow it to lay flat.
So where are we cooking this?
That one's going to go on the vertical pellet smoker.
Okay, so on a smoker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do it on a grill as well. I like doing both sometimes. Sometimes I'll put it on the smoker and then I'll take it to the grill to finish it off, so it has some of that flavor. Okay,
well, when we get back, we'll talk about all the spices and how to do everything you said you're going to do to the chicken.
Yep, we can do it.
All right, stay tuned. Well, Philip with Glass Doctor is with us, and we are at a home today trying to maximize all the potential closet space. Your team came out, helped this homeowner because everything just wasn't being utilized, the space, right? Because we can't change the size of the closet.
Right. Yeah, so a lot of times when we're doing bathroom projects, shower glass, that sort of thing, the closet needs some TLC as well. And so our team can install different types of shelving, anywhere from a modular system all the way to wire shelving units that can organize shoes and baskets and clothing.
Yeah, and this one we chose to just stay with the wiring because it is a smaller space. So if you went with more of the wood fabricated type of, shelving, it might have made it feel a little bit smaller.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of wire shelving is, you can use it for 6 months, and then if you need it moved 12 inches higher or lower to adjust for, a different need, it's easy to rearrange and utilize that shelving in different ways. And I mean, it's great for organizing, hanging clothes and stacking and shoes. There's all sorts of wire shelving racks that can be utilized in a closet for organization.
Yeah, and this one only had a solid rack going across this main back wall and then a small one here, and this person wanted to really utilize more of the height, keeping the longer hanging stuff in the one shorter space, but being able to have 2 levels here and raising that up so they could put baskets up top.
Yeah, and we do a bit of that where we'll use a shelf near the top of the ceiling, whether it be in a garage or a closet, where people can put baskets and items that they may use seasonally and don't need down lower.
And then the shoes. I love this because, they were able to adjust the spacing depending upon whether they were tennis shoes or, more dressier shoes if they needed more space. So really being able to utilize all that space with those adjustable ones, those are really nice because they come out really easily.
Yeah, absolutely. For our shoe racks, there's tracks that we install, and then the shelves can be adjusted to whatever height, whether you need boots or you have flats or whatever. It can fit any type.
I love the adjustable system personally. I'm a big fan of it. I have had in the past the all wood, type of closet organizers, and I felt like they were a little rigid in regards to their functionality, like it was what it was. Now maybe they've changed a little bit since then, I don't know. But I do like these because, you can just, you decide you need something else, or you can just, adjust it on the fly.
Everyone's got unique needs, and that's what we pride ourselves in, is being able to help diagnose that and then discuss options and present those and then install what the customer needs most.
Well, I think they're very, very happy. It seems like they're utilizing that space a whole lot better than what it was before when we were out here getting footage to show people what it was like before. In the meantime, if people have questions for you?
Yeah, they can give us a call, 859-278-0376.
Cooling season is here. Our energy use is going up again over the winter usage. Utility costs are rising. There are ways you can manage your AC in your house. Your cooling system has been tuned up. What else can you do to help control the temperatures in your home? Closing blinds during the day, especially on the sunny side of the house, can cut down on a lot of heat load and reduce the amount of cooling. Proper use of ceiling fans to circulate the air in the house can help with our skin and how we feel about the cooling. Phantom energy use, computers, printers, anything electronic that has a light is phantomly using power and creating heat all day long. Turning simple things like that off, blinds and fans, can make a big difference.
How do you create the garden of your dreams? The right plants, in the right place, with the right soil, and with our advice. Come see us at Springhouse Gardens, where buying plants is a walk in the park.
Here at Hubbard Mechanical, when we say we only charge you for the services you need, we mean it. We've got the invoices to prove it. We're constantly saving our customers hundreds of dollars. So next time you're in need, give us a call here at Hubbard Mechanical and see the difference yourself.
Thanks for keeping it here on Bluegrass Home Garden TV. Art is with us now, and spatchcock chicken.
Yeah, it's a way, I don't know when it was invented. I've been doing it for the last 2 years, and I kind of really enjoy it.
All right, so walk us through. You said we got to do a lot to prepare this so it does cook evenly.
Yes. What we do is, of course, you pre-wash it, and then you trim off a lot of the fat.
Okay.
And the skin, and just kind of get it to where it's going to be even, and where the tail is, you just trim it up, and then you just kind of get to however you like it. I mean, everyone's got personal preferences. Some people like more skin, less skin. Then this is the hard part, cutting the backbone out.
So I don't know what kind of shears those are.
These are poultry shears.
Okay, so random question. I have some that I use for eating lobster and like really big like king crab. Do you think they would work?
I'd give it a shot, but it might not.
I'm just thinking, you know, trying not to like go out and have to like buy any new utensils if I don't have to.
Yes, and I will say most of the shears are not horribly expensive.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little bit more than a fast food lunch.
Okay.
So they're not horrible.
I'm just one of those people, like, I hate having all these specialty gadgets because I feel like I end up just having this drawer of all kinds of gadgets that I don't use very often. So when possible, I try to multi-purpose.
Yes. Yeah, and I get that, but I like tools. So kitchen tools are tools to me. So.
Well, we should have made you a kitchen tool belt.
You know, we should.
You've got a little bit of pockets in your apron.
We can. And then you just kind of go, and after you take the backbone out, the breastplate, you can see the back side of it right there. You just get make sure your knife's sharp, kind of pierce it till you hear that little snap. Then you get it flat. You grab the breast, flip it over, and there's your spatchcock chicken.
All right,
So,
and then we're going to season it up when we get back.
Yep.
We'll be back here in just a second. Stay tuned.
Hey, Richard Weber here at Springhouse Gardens, and I'm standing in some nice shade right now. It wasn't always like that here at Springhouse Gardens. 27 years ago, we bought a tobacco field, and there were no trees in this field at all. So it would have been hot and sunny, and it wasn't very pleasant. So we are now standing in the shade of lots and lots of trees that we planted here in Central Kentucky. So that's why we love telling people about the history of Springhouse Gardens, and that, you know, showing what trees can do and what they look like and which ones do well in our area. So one of my all-time favorite trees, and I'm so glad I planted it, it's right over my right shoulder. It's a green vase Japanese Zelkova. It's a fantastic tree. It was a lot smaller when we planted it, and it is one of those ugly duckling kind of trees that when I show people the trees that we have to sell them, they're going, it's just an odd looking tree. It's got a big, long, you know, a skinny trunk and lots of skinny arms. But then I take them over here and I show them what the tree develops into. This one has not been pruned to look like that. It's got this very nice, graceful, upright branching pattern. Very, very durable, very tough, and I can show you probably 30 mature specimens here in Central Kentucky, mainly around parks and arboreta and cemeteries. The green vase Zelkova is really, really good, tough, long-lived. It's unbothered by any pests or diseases. In fact, it was actually brought into our country as a American elm replacement. When the American elms got the Dutch elm disease, they went to China, found these guys, and they've come, or Japan, and that's where these trees originated. And they're very, very resistant to the elm borer that killed our native American elm. So if you're looking for a fast-growing tree and you don't mind that ugly duckling stage, you might look at a green vase Zelkova. Beautiful fall color, nice summer, spring, summer, fall foliage, and then a nice outline in the wintertime. So write that one down. That way you can have a maple tree which starts with A, Acer, and you can plant a Zelkova that starts with Z. So you can have all the trees from A to Z. So it's kind of a fun tree. Great one for street trees and smaller yards as well, as long as you don't mind something that gets 35 or 40 feet tall. And there are more compact varieties that are coming available now all the time. So come check us out at Springhouse Gardens. Walk around what used to be a tobacco field. It doesn't look like that anymore. And you can see what trees have done well here over the past 27 years. Until next time.
At Glass Doctor, our trained specialists are experts at fixing foggy and cracked glass.
Looks great.
You're all set.
What we can't fix is your view.
Baby loves you.
I gotta get some curtains.
Here at Hubbard Mechanical, when we say we only charge you for the services you need, we mean it. We've got the invoices to prove it. We're constantly saving our customers hundreds of dollars. So next time you're in need, give us a call here at Hubbard Mechanical and see the difference yourself.
Thanks for keeping it here. Art Hubbard, Hubbard Mechanical is with us. Spatchcock chicken. We've done our preparation, but now we are going to season it. So what all do you have here?
We have brown sugar. This is going to be a lemonade type of a mix.
Alright.
We got brown sugar, lemonade mix, paprika, lemon pepper, garlic, onion, and salt.
Lemonade mix.
You can also do like a lemonade chicken instead of beer can chicken. You use a can of lemonade, and if you get one of those, and it does the same thing. We do that quite often, and it's a kind of a sweet rub. So we kind of like it, and then just kind of get it all over. You know, get as much coverage as you can.
About how much of these did you use each?
They're about a teaspoon and a tablespoon of each. Obviously, like I think the garlic and the onion are a teaspoon, lemonade's a tablespoon, paprika's a tablespoon, lemon pepper's a tablespoon. I could be wrong 100% on that, but we will put it on our...
Put it on your social media, okay.
We'll definitely get it on our YouTube channel for sure. And one thing that I've noticed when people do any type of a whole chicken that they forget to do...
Like the little joints?
The backside.
Oh, the backside. I was thinking like getting down, down all in there.
When you do the backside, it actually cooks and puts the flavor through.
Ooh, okay.
And so it's more of an even flavor that goes through that. Flip it back over, get your area, and then
you don't want to waste
finish it
any
up.
of that for sure. Okay, so we're just going to keep rubbing that in, and then you're going to put it directly onto...
Right on the grates of the smoker. And then as it's smoking throughout, I get lemons, cut them in half, and just squeeze lemon juice to make it kind of a citrus flavor.
I like that idea. All right, how long typically will this need to cook?
If you're going to truly smoke it, like at a 225 to 250 range, it can take an hour and a half to 2 hours. If you're going to do it like at 300 to kind of have it, still have a little bit of flavor, but not as long. You can get by with an hour to hour and 15, hour and 30. Biggest thing is make sure it's 165 in the thigh. Okay,
so if you want it more of an intense flavor, cook it on the lower temperature.
Yeah, if you want more of the smoke flavor, lower, low and slow.
Low and slow. All right, we'll be back. We'll let this start cooking. We are back with Jimmy McKinney, the skinny. I like he got a little hurt last time.
I did.
That I didn't put the skinny in there.
It's been part of my
his persona
name for so long.
For so long. You thought I was mad. But we are outside, actually at the same home that we featured last time, but on this beautiful patio space that is
beautiful spring
closed.
day.
Yes, you don't have to worry about the bugs. It is lovely.
So they actually had a double decker deck here before, so a lower deck, upper deck, And of course the yard just slopes down and it wasn't very structurally sound, so they wanted to cover and have a space, top and bottom, that they could, so we screened in both the top and the bottom, waterproofed it, you know, did this nice feature on the wall here.
I love this. Yeah. Love. I mean, yes. When I walk out here, yes, you feel everything. It's great being outdoors, but man, that is just nice. You don't see a lot of that outside. You see a lot of people use this type of look inside, but outside it's a nice touch.
Yeah, and then we added the beams too for that feature up there, and you know, it turned out great. It's all pressure treated lumber that we were able to stain. It's like a paint stain that we get from Sherwin-Williams. So
what about the spindles?
Yeah, those are aluminum, and we do most of our decks, and for spindles we don't use the wood spindles anymore, just because for maintenance and things like that. They're a lot cleaner look, and you can see, you know, it doesn't, you know, the big spindles, sometimes it blocks your view. Yeah,
you want to keep it open and everything. It just seems like it can warp a little bit too. So how long does a project like this take?
That depends on the time of the year when you start, because if you're going in the winter, so it really just depends. But if you had perfect weather, you know, this could take a month or two, you know, just depending on the, probably plan on a couple months. Just like we probably spend more time design planning than we do doing some of our kitchens, bathrooms, you know, basements, additions. Yeah.
But I would think because you're putting a roof on, you know, there's a lot that goes into making sure that it doesn't cause any issues with the existing roof.
But our process through design, where you're making all the selections, drawings, everything's done on the front end. So you're spending a lot of time on the front end. But yeah, this is about a 2-month project.
That's not bad, but a little bit of planning on the front end will pay off at the end, because you'll be probably a lot more satisfied with what you get. Because sometimes people are just like, I just want it, I want it now, let's get it up, let's get it fast. And then you get the finished project and you're just not.
What did our parents tell us growing up? Good things come to those who wait.
Those who wait. Yeah. Yes, yes. Patience, and patience is a virtue. Yeah. But it's one thing I do not pray for.
No, if you pray for that, then you're going to get tested to have patience.
Have patience, yeah. No, we're good on that. Yeah. We're good on that. All right, how can I get a hold of you?
Just Google J&R Construction, call the office 225-0162, go to jrcsi.com, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. There's some funny videos on there. So.
I can only imagine.
How do you create the garden of your dreams? The right plants, in the right place, with the right soil, and with our advice. Come see us at Springhouse Gardens, where buying plants is a walk in the park.
At Glass Doctor, our trained specialists are experts at fixing foggy and cracked glass.
Looks great.
You're all set.
What we can't fix is your view.
Baby loves you.
I gotta get some curtains.
All right, thanks to the power of television, a lot of time has elapsed, but not for you all.
Yes. This
has been going about how long?
It's been going for about 2.5 hours.
Okay, so we check it now?
Yes, we check it, and if it's not where you want, one thing that I do, if I'm in a hurry, humidity comes up, clouds come over, it changes everything, take it, and you can cheat and put it on the grill.
This is when you know you don't really know much about grilling, smoking, the fact that humidity needs to come into play.
Yes, it does.
That would be me right now.
What we're gonna do is just take it off the smoker, take the whole rack and everything. My grill's big enough to handle it, so I'm gonna put it on there.
There you go. Let's see how it looks. Ooh.
Looks good. I'm just gonna try to cheat it to get a little hotter quicker.
Okay.
So
we'll let you do that. Oh, it's smelling good though. Ooh. All right, so we'll just keep an eye on that, check the temperature, and then come back and hopefully just let it rest for a little bit, and then we'll dig in.
We can do it.
All right, stay tuned.
So we're really going to focus on outdoor living today. That's where it is. Finally, after I feel like we lived in Seattle for the last couple months, rain. Summer's here and the humidity's here, but you know what? I'm going to take it. I'm okay with that. So what I'm trying to create is this, a client came in and she's got a beautiful new porch addition, and she said she wants something for her table, her outside eating table. So this is covered, and she said, you know, I like those pretty little flicker candles that you have. And she said, how can we take the candles in some arrangement? And I was like, oh, I don't know. So I'm figuring it out. So let me show you what I'm starting with. Is I took one of the dough bowls that we have here at the store, which is relatively shallow. And I chose this one because she wanted something pretty low and long so that you could see over it and didn't have to move it all the time. Well, you can see there's not a lot of depth to this, but I need a piece of this styrofoam. Well, if I put it in there, I felt like it's set up too high, especially with the candles. So I took my handy dandy styrofoam and knife and I cut it in half, and then I glued it in there and then covered it in my moss so it's all ready to go. So now the other thing is I started playing with this after I covered it in moss. I was like, well, these candles can't sit in there, they're going to fall around, fall off. So I had to take them back out, carve my little spots out so the candles is in there so it looks like the moss is all the way around it. So that was engineering 101, is what I had to do first. And so then the next homework was, she said, you know, I really just have greens and whites on my back porch and I don't want any color. And she said, I just want it to look like it's fresh or real. And so I thought, well, I can do that. So these are artificial hosta plants that we have here at the store, which are about, I think, $6. And this stuff is asparagus fern, and it comes in a bush, and I already went and cut it up. And so my thing is, when I do an arrangement, I have the luxury, and y'all don't have this at home. I've got this thing, it's called a pick, P-I-C-K machine. And you pull it forward, and it dispenses a little sticky pick in it. I'm going to lay this in here, and then I crimp it back, and it puts this little pokey thing on there, which is, I call it death, because this thing is as sharp as, it's sharp as a blade, truthfully. But what it does for me, let me move this back out of the way, is it gives me this little spike on there, and I can cut the bush up into individual pieces, and then I can control this, and I can poke it in there. And then I'm going to fill all this in with greens, and it really just looks like a fresh green planter that sitting on your table that she can use now all the way through fall, and probably even put a few little white berries in there. So I hope that from this you see pretty easy. Take your dough bowl, a little bit of greens, come here to the store. You've got some pretty little candles, and this is an arrangement that's going to sit on your table, but you can even imagine it going into your kitchen island. You've got any questions, housebyjsd.com, because a lot of this is online, or call the store 859-523-3933. Thanks, guys.
Everyday Kentucky, weekdays at 9 a.m. on WKYT.
So yeah, humidity, wind, who knew that could affect your grilling? But we're back with Art, who is a spatchcock. How do you spell that?
It is S-P-A-T-C-H-C-O-C-K.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Just looked weird when I wrote it down. Alrighty. Woo. Looks yummy.
Yep.
Yum, 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 yum.
And the good thing too, when you have the large cutting boards, they act as a great hot pad. So, because if that gets ruined instead of your table, a whole lot easier to replace.
Oh, absolutely. So, do you typically let it rest?
I do, yeah. Anytime I take meat off the grill, I always try to let it rest minimum of 15. If you're gonna do a longer smoke, like a brisket or pulled pork, sometimes those things can rest for an hour and a half, 2 hours. So.
I have so much to learn.
Yeah.
So much to learn.
You can
All
do
right.
it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll just keep taking tips from you here and there. I'll just take little pieces of information and tuck them away. All right, we'll let that rest. We'll be back here in just a few and we'll taste it.
Hi, Richard Weber here in the middle of our flowers section at Springhouse Gardens. Just wanting to remind you, just because it's June doesn't mean that you shouldn't be planting some annual flowers. And annual flowers are the ones that you have to plant every year. Actually, I should rephrase that. You get to plant them every year because it allows you to choose things differently each year and try and mix things up if you can or if you'd like to. So annuals complete their life cycle in 1 year. That's why they're called annuals. And you can't get the color that you get out of any other type of plant, because you plant something like these annual sunflowers in May, June, July, they'll be blooming all the way up until frost. And the same thing with most of the flowers that we have here. If you put them in the right place, you're going to get color from the first or the middle of May all the way up to the first frost, which is usually middle of October. So what else can you do that gives you that much color? So even though a lot of people say, oh gosh, we're paying $7 or $8 for a little pot of something, it blooms all summer long. So nothing else does that. Even perennials that people like to think about, you're only going to get maybe 6-7 weeks if you're lucky. A lot of perennials bloom for 2 or 3 weeks and then they're done until next year. So combine some of these nice annuals like the salvias that are spectacular, maybe some of the annual fountain grasses, and don't make the mistake a lot of folks do and think that this purple fountain grass will come back. It doesn't. So that's a little bit more of an investment. But come and see us. We've got flowers all the way up to the middle of the summer, and we try to keep them looking, really, really nice. Plus, if you're not really sure about what annuals do, we always try to plant a nice selection down around our landscape office and the barn at Springhouse, which anytime you come out to our garden center that we're open, you're welcome to take a little stroll, check out around the barn and the grounds, because we have an incredibly beautiful property here that allows you to see how plants do here in Central Kentucky. So come out and see us. Our phone number at the Garden Center is 859-224-1417. You can look us up on Facebook and Instagram, Springhouse Gardens, or look us up at springhousegardens.com. So until next time.
Well, we are almost out of time here today on Bluegrass Home Garden TV. Art has been finishing up the spatchcock chicken, and we are now hopefully ready to taste. Oh, I'm getting all kinds of, like the wind's blowing now. I'm getting all
all the citrus
good
flavors that come with it. We'll go ahead and get you a wing.
Here.
I get that and just pop it off. Oh yeah, look at all the juices coming out of there. That good smoke.
Okay.
Oh,
right there.
Look at all that big old bite. Can you taste the lemonade inside of it? All the powders?
Yeah, not like in your face, but like as you're chewing, it kind of just like comes out in little bursts. So it's kind of cool.
Yep, and just remember, whenever you're using a pellet grill, pellet smoker, stick burner, anytime you're smoking, the meat is going to have a pinkish tint to it. It's not raw. So I've had a lot of people say, you're going to try to feed me raw food. No, I'm really not. It's just smoke, and the smoke just changes the color of the meat.
All right, well, where can they get all the details in case they weren't taking notes at home?
They can go on our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube, and we'll put all the recipes and these little clips and stuff like that.
All right, we will see you next time on Bluegrass Home Garden TV.